everybody, Harvey Talks Prison here. This is a message to young people who, or anybody who may be in a lower level prison. If you messed up, get in enough trouble, you get sent to a higher level prison, this is what could happen to you. It's a completely different ball game in the higher level prisons. People think different, they do things different. A different respect level, but there's some people up there that don't respect anybody. So I got sent to Potosi for number 3, which is a dangerous contraband. And Potosi is a punishment camp. The only people there are capital punishment and those who have been sent there because they got in trouble in other camps, got major violations. So I was on the bottom walk, and you know, when you get sent there, you do about 9 months. You're going to do 9 months if you get sent there, unless you're capital punishment. Then you just a little bit, and then you go to the yard. And right above me, there was this guy in the cell. He refused cellies. You know, he kept refusing them. You know, they kept moving him and everything. So this time he was right above me, and there was a guy got sent from Pacific. Pacific is a lower level prison on accumulation. Accumulation is where you get 12 or more write-ups in a year. If you get 12 more write-ups in a year, within a year, they up your level. They raise your custody level. They put him in that guy's cell. I don't know why the guy didn't refuse when they brought him to the door. But he let him come on in. And he tells him, after he's in there and the guards leave, I guess he told him that he had to leave the cell. So the young man gets on the door, gets the guard's attention, and says, "Hey, I need you out of here. You need to get me out of this cell. I need to be moved." And they said, "We ain't got time right now. We're busy. We'll get to you later." Guards come by again, and the guy who was already in the cell says, "You need to get this MFer out of my cell now." They didn't listen. So late that night, I woke up. I guess it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe 1:30, and there's all kinds of yelling going on in the wings, and they had the police there, they had investigators, and they was taking people out of their cell 2 at a time. Well, they was taking both guys out of the cell and taking them back there, and they was asking them questions. You know, if they heard anything, this or that. There's people yelling out of the doors saying, "Hey, this guy was trying to get out of the cell." And they wouldn't move him. And so anyway, they got to us and took me and my cellie out. Took him into one room, me to another room. And they asked if I'd heard anything. And I said, "No." They said, "Well, you live right below him." I said, "It's in the middle of the night. I didn't hear nothing, you know." I said, "I don't even know what's going on." Well, they asked me a few more questions, then they sent me back to the cell. Well, come to find out, this guy had beat his cellie mercilessly and then raped him. The guards got sent to another prison for a while, and then they, like 2 or 3 months, and then they got sent back. And this one guard, I mean, he was feeling real bad about it because he's one of the ones that told him that they was too busy. And so he came by and asked me or my cell if he wanted a phone call. And I said, yeah, I do. And so taking me out to the cage, you know, they have to cuff you up, hands behind your back and all this. And then they take you to this cage that's got a phone in it. And the whole time he's telling me, he's talking to me. Man, he goes, I get up there and there's feces and blood everywhere. And he goes, man, he goes, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I didn't say anything, you know. I was just listening to him, you know, because I finally found out for sure what had happened, you know. So that this would be a lesson to you guys who are, if you go to a lower level prison, don't mess up, especially if you're young, you know, because you never know who you'll be put in a cell with. And I'm not sure, but I think the family of the guy sued the prison, and they should have. If they didn't, they should have. Anyway, there's been other instances, things like this happening, you know, guy being put in the cell and end up, you know, when the guards came by, the other guy would say, hey, get this guy out of my cell, and the guy's laying there on the ground, you know. It's over for him. And this has happened numerous times, and it can happen to anybody. I remember in Farmington, this young guy was telling people, well, nobody's going to rape me. And these guys told him, said, well, you know, anybody can be raped. The biggest, baddest dude in prison can be raped, you know. Never know. He said, no, it ain't going to happen to me. So they threw him down on the bed, pulled his pants down, and just to show him. They didn't do anything to him. They just to show him that he could be, you know, that could happen to him. So don't ever say it can't happen, because it can, you know. I think if it happened to, well, I know if it happened to me, I couldn't be on the yard with those guys. I'm going to get me something. I'm going to hunt each and every one of them. Whoever, if it was one or if it was more, whoever. I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. But everybody handles it different, you know. They got a PRIA thing now, which I don't know if that helps or not. And I kind of am against it, but that's just me, you know. It could be the greatest thing there is, but I have my own thoughts on that, and I'm not going to voice them right here. It would take too long, you know, and it'd be hard for me to explain how I feel about that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I hope you comment on this and tell me what you think. See you next time. Bye.